Yeah, we're going to pick the best fight from each Spider-Man actor.
Correct.
So 3 fights total.
Which is the best Spider-Man fight?
Yeah.
Like, what would you say?
That's the Spider-Man moment right there, I feel like.
Yeah.
Matrix dodging the call. Business too. Like, look how he looks back and instantly reacts. Yeah, we see the desperation of Spider-Man too, like he was holding on to his leg earlier. He's grabbing out for anything, grabs the light and it breaks off the wall like he said.
Shooting web. Welcome to Backseat Directing,
where we talk about movies, TV shows, video games, and more.
We're your hosts,
Andrew
and Aaron.
We put out new episodes every Monday and Thursday.
And today we're reacting to the best Spider-Man fights.
3, 2, 1, action!
I'm really excited for this episode. We're going to be taking a look at the 3 best Spider-Man fights from each of the actors who have played Spider-Man in live action.
Yeah, we're going to pick the best fight from each Spider-Man actor.
Correct.
So 3 fights total.
Yep, that's right. So we got one with Tobey lined up that we agree is the best one.
I think universally.
Yep. And then what we agree for Andrew.
Which, debatable, but are we going to spoil them now, or do you want to let them find out as they come up?
I feel like we can spoil them now.
Yeah, so obviously the Tobey fight is going to be the train fight sequence from Spider-Man 2.
With Doc Ock.
It's debatably the best Spider-Man fight scene of all time in live action.
Maybe the most iconic like comic book movie scene.
Yeah. And then we think that the best Garfield fight scene is his fight against the Lizard in the school specifically from The Amazing Spider-Man.
So you do agree with me on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. You made it seem like you had a different one in mind.
No, when
I asked if we could spoil it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I agree with you. Okay. I think there's other moments that are more iconic.
I was like, we agreed before we started.
More iconic for his character, but that's the best fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for the Tom Holland fight scene, we're actually going to be reaching into some recency bias and pulling up the fight scene from the smash hit Spider-Man Brand New Day and using the Spider-Man versus Hulk fight scene. I think that movie has all of his best fight scenes.
Oh, yeah, easily. I feel like we were struggling to come up with one from his trilogy.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, even if you pull out of Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, and Civil War, it's like...
Which is the best Spider-Man fight?
Yeah.
Like, what would you say?
I mean, he has a very short but very cool fights in Civil War with Winter Soldier, Falcon, and Captain America.
Yes.
Those fights are cool, especially because it's the first time you're being introduced to Spider-Man.
I feel like that was the most Spider-Man-esque fight that he had until Brand New Day, which every fight could have been on this list. Brand New Day, I feel. I
do love his Green Goblin fights, but they're mostly slugfests. It's like a boxing match instead of a Spider-Man fight.
Right.
He has some moves where he's like pulling the webs and slamming himself into the ground and things like that, but it's not as dynamic as anything else on this list.
Right. He doesn't take advantage of his spider ability.
And that kind of brings me into, I had a few key elements that I'm going to be judging these fight scenes by that I wanted to name off, and we can kind of talk about them as we go along.
Okay.
So my key elements, number 1 for me is 3-dimensionality. And I believe dimensionality is a word because I typed it in and it auto-corrected to a word.
Okay.
So I think it is.
I think if you can spell it and pronounce it, it's a word.
So the 3-dimensionality, the mobility of the fight is my number 1 thing. That's what I feel like defines Spider-Man. And then my other component is creativity. And my other component is, let me see, I wrote this down.
3-dimensionality. What was the second one?
Struggle.
Struggle?
So, 3-dimensionality, creativity, and struggle. Struggle, I feel like, is a definitive principle of Spider-Man, not only in a fight, but in life. I feel like he has to earn everything he gets. Maybe that's a big complaint of Tom Holland's, is that he didn't have to struggle enough in the beginning. He had nice benefactors. But I think comic-wise and most Spider-Man iteration-wise, him having to claw and scratch to get a win, to get what he wants, is part of him. So I'm going to judge based on the struggle, too. We see some beat-up Spider-Man throughout the world. And then bonus points for use of the spider sense in the fight. If that's incorporated, extra points.
Can I throw one in there?
Absolutely.
In the mix? So I want to see him fight uniquely to Spider-Man. I want to see moves that only Spider-Man could do.
Okay. So like...
added into our criteria.
Like,
like
incorporating the story
in a creative way, the spider sense, like you said.
Well, that's what
his agility and strength comboed together to,
That's a big element of what I think the fight with Norman and Tom Holland is kind of missing. Any fight with them.
Yeah. It's still a good fight, but it's missing the Spider-esque.
Yeah, we'll do these in chronological order. So we're going to start with the Toby fight scene we picked, the train fight sequence. Make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we do put out extra episodes pretty often nowadays, and you guys don't want to miss those bonus drops. Into our first review. I think we can talk a decent amount during this one because there's not that much dialogue in this fight. Because I have a few things I want to say about this fight at the start. Like, this shot is one of the most iconic shots in comic book movie history. I love this shot amongst overall movie history. The way that the shot moves backward until it's coming out of his glasses reflection.
Yeah.
Genius.
He'll be just fine. Let's talk.
There's definitely some noticeable CGI in this fight, too, like that shot a second ago. But it's from the time period.
That right there was all CGI.
It's what, 2004?
Wait. Maybe 4. Oh, look up.
It was the first Spider-Man. So already off the principles of creativity and three-dimensionality, I feel like we're through the roof.
Using the environment.
We're in New York. We've gone from a skyscraper down to a moving train. Spider-Man's using his legs to maneuver in every direction. That's the Spider-Sense moment right there, I feel like.
Yeah.
Matrix dodging the car. Business too. Like, look how he looks back and instantly reacts.
He moves really well. He does look a little rubbery.
He does, but
a little bit showing the time.
Yeah, it's a factor of the time for sure. Look how the people of New York are being incorporated. I totally agree, like, that element can take you out of a movie for sure. It's gotta be. Yeah, definitely moving very Spider-Man. He's constantly reacting to things in a three-dimensional space, reacting to a lot of things that are happening behind him. Or right there, for example, he's used like that Peter Parker intellect. He sees that Doc Ock runs away, and he looks behind him to see why, and just instantly responds. This is one of the best moments of quick thinking, I feel like, that we're going to see in these fights. Grabbing the train and grabbing the building to basically be able to steer himself and move, maintain his momentum, even though he just fell off the train, and catch right back up. These tentacles are just overpowered, man. I mean, I gotta give him points for the struggle here, too. This is not an easy fought battle. Right on cue, taking crazy damage.
You think they're nerfing Spider-Man a little bit here?
He's literally just got hit by a train, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
can't handle these on.
I don't think that they're nerfing him as much as, like, because those arms are powered by a like thermonuclear reactor. I mean, made with crazy strong metal. I think what Spider-Man kind of is nerfed by is the same thing he's always nerfed by, is like his kind of his morality, I guess, because he had him around the neck. You know, Spider-Man's physical strength, he obviously could have stopped him if he was willing to use violence to that extent. And a really good job here, too, of showing Spider-Man creatively thinking on the fly, saving civilians while still fighting. Those two civilians that Doc Ock just threw, he created, webs to cradle them off. So I think it hits kind of all the Spider-Man bullet points for me. It's a mid-movie fight, so obviously, like you said, he's not going to get a crazy win that would end the movie too soon. So what did you like? What did you not like about that fight scene, if anything?
Well, what I liked is something that you pointed out while we were doing it was the three-dimensionality of it all. I don't know if I said your word right.
I like it.
But it was pretty close.
Sound good.
Yeah. And I like how he's interacting with New York. You know, like you mentioned, as they're flying through the train station, you know, like all the people having to run out of the way. And then, of course, Doc Ock is grabbing the people and throwing them out. And he's like, Spider-Man's going away from the fight to save them. And
so like a million computations in his brain going on a second.
Yeah.
I also like not just how quick thinking he is, but how much body control he has.
Yeah.
The part where he spears himself in between those little slits in the walkway and comes back at Doc Ock on the train. He like turns a disadvantage into an advantage like that using those two elements. He is like being thrown into danger and he quickly thinks in a way to like get back into the fight, surprise Doc Ock and hit him with another combo.
Yeah.
So I feel like him going up, using his webs, a villain with using their 4 tentacles creatively as well. There's just got a lot of really genius thinking in this. And this was the first major sequence they filmed in that movie, which isn't unusual. So like Sam Raimi had the idea for this big fight sequence on the train, and I saw on IMDb trivia that they filmed this first. A lot of movies do that, like we talked about when we reviewed Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. They shot the cliff jump as one of their first major sequences, and they do that because it's like getting kind of the most difficult thing out of the way early. Mm-hmm. So I feel like you can just feel that they put focus and intention and effort into this in a way that maybe like recent Marvel projects have kind of been lacking the sauce that like these movies had.
Right. Yeah, that you can definitely see like all the planning, and I like how he's swinging around. He's using his webs well. He's doing moves that only Spider-Man can. Maybe he could have like tried to web up the arms a little bit more, but he was doing a lot, I felt like.
Yeah, I feel like the arms are kind of tearing through his webbing at some parts in this movie. Like maybe it's not the most effective against the strength of the arms.
Yeah, which like the power scaling, that's what I was saying, like in comparison to one of the fights that we're going to watch. That chair just lost its arm.
I think the audience should know that going into all of these scenes, you're comparing them all to the next one we're about to watch.
Yeah.
Even the category you designed seems based around the next fight we're about to watch.
Yeah, the next one,
Yeah.
I like a lot.
It's exemplary for the spider nature.
Yes. And it's been a while since I've seen the next one, which you want to go ahead and talk about the next one real quick while I get it pulled up?
Yeah, so we're going to pull up Kurt Connor / Lizard versus Spider-Man in the school setting of The Amazing Spider-Man. Context for this is that he's become aware that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, so he's going to attack him at school. And like we were just hinting at, Andrew Garfield said in an interview that he studied the movements of a spider to get into the role of this character, because he wanted him not to just be a spider in name or a spider in the suit, but enveloped in that aspect, to have that personality, to have that in his movements. And talk about body control from Tobey's movies and the design of that choreography of those fight scenes. I mean, the overall physicality of Andrew Garfield's acting, whether in this fight or just walking around in the spider suit, his body does so much work of expressing himself and like telling the story. Like it's definitely the strongest out of all three.
Which is why I like his Spider-Man the most out of the three.
Which is not a crazy opinion.
Yeah.
I would agree. I would say he's my favorite of the Spider-Men.
I think he moves the most like Spider-Man. He uses his abilities in the most like unique way in comparison to the other two. An example is when he's in the sewer and he's got the webs strung out and he's like listening to the vibrations of the webs. Like we just see a lot more of the spider aspect of his abilities. And like in Tom Holland's movies, some of them he's just like walking around fighting, you know, like we were talking about with the Green Goblin fight in No Way Home.
Yeah, you could really take a silhouette of a video silhouette of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and it's unmistakable like that it's Spider-Man, that it's Andrew Garfield, because it's so high quality. And I feel like he also, as an actor, I mean, this is getting away from the fighting, but
that's okay.
He really has the heart of Peter Parker as well. Like he does such a good job of not just like protecting the kid on the bridge scene, taking off his mask, and like, I don't know, he has a good relationship with the people of New York when they moved the cranes for him. Like, there is this connection that I don't feel as much in a lot of the other movies. And then on top of that, like, he's got the wit, the quick, like the cleverness, the comedy in the suit. Like, even in this scene, I'm sure we'll hear him cracking a few jokes. That feels like that Spider-Man quippiness that's so essential.
That was something that I wanted to add in for the train sequence, was that we didn't really hear much of Spider-Man's, like, you know, little jokes or one-liners. Or
he has some in that movie, and I watched it like a year ago or something, but they're very few and far between. Like, in the bank vault scene, he says a joke where he's like, "Are you making a withdrawal?" Or like, you know, but it's not like super funny. It's more...
It's not like the video games.
It's more dry. It's more like, I feel like, kind of Toby's personality, I guess.
Yeah.
Not that he's like unfunny, because he's been funny, but like, this version is so much more whimsical as Spider-Man, and it feels fun. It feels to me like Spider-Man off the page.
Yeah. Okay, so some things to look out for is the Spider-Man movement. Let's see like how his dialogue compares. There was none in the last scene that we watched. And then let's see if we see a jump in like the CGI quality as well. Because this came out in what, 2012?
I'm pretty sure everything in this is practical.
Yeah.
They a fully practical
had
lizard.
Andrew Garfield get bit by a radioactive spider.
Yeah.
All right. Lost my mouse. It's coming. There it is. Boom. And boom. What's up?
Me?
Oh, I did.
I mean, that just looks really good already.
Yeah, it does. It does.
This is the heyday of CGI. Like, it's somehow better in the 2012 era than it is even today.
I think they just put more time into planning it out instead of adjusting it after the fact.
This is forethought versus afterthought.
Yeah, and then probably having more time to actually...
He already looks more like Spider-Man out of the suit than I feel like the other two do.
Yeah.
Like the
chair.
The exaggerated limb movements of Spider-Man in the comics, I feel like, are just captured, like when he was on his back, you know?
Yeah. This part's cool.
And now we're getting, you know, character moments from the villain.
Yep.
He doesn't just dive head first. They show his intellect is still intact.
I can save them. I can cure them. There's no need to stop me, Peter.
The scales look so good.
He's so textured. Yeah, he's not smooth, you know?
Yeah. But so is Spider-Man's suit. Yeah, that was right there, like...
Already, Spider-Man moving in an incredibly three-dimensional way.
And he's like jumping on the back, swinging to the front, sticking to the walls, the ceilings. It breaks off.
Yeah, we see the desperation of Spider-Man too. Like, he was holding onto his leg earlier. He's grabbing out for anything, you know, grabs the light and it breaks off the wall, like
he's
you said.
Shooting webs to the hand.
He shot webs around his eyes when he was on his back too, like blinding him.
Using the webs to get away.
There you go.
Little quip right there.
Don't make me have to hurt you. Disgusting.
Disgusting. I like too how you see like the little red on his wrist light up.
Yeah, the web shooters.
Gwen, run!
They introduced the web shooters in this one, saying that they wanted to use it as a way to show his intelligence.
Yes. If that's not like a spider, I don't know what is.
That's the most spider-like movement I think we've seen out of any Spider-Man iteration.
The webs look so good. His suit looks cool.
I'm gonna throw you out the window now.
Smooth and flawlessly executed saving of Gwen Stacy. After she saved him, of course.
Yeah.
Somebody's been a bad lizard.
Now this is creativity. This is creativity in terms of filmmaking. That looks so good. Like, I'm sure that was just Stan Lee standing in front of a green screen, but it looks so good.
Or maybe in the room. All right, that's where that scene got cut off.
Yeah, I mean, it's just phenomenal. Like, it's really
peak.
great.
It's so good.
Every time he's standing still, he hits a pose.
Yeah.
And he hits it hard with intention.
Yeah.
Like a Spider-Man ass pose that you're gonna when you take a screenshot of the movie, when you think back to the movie, you think of him in those poses.
Yeah.
Because they're nailing it. Like,
And a lot of times too, he says something funny.
yeah.
You know, like where he's like, someone's been a bad lizard. And then he, like you said, hits that pose like really sharp.
You really don't catch him just standing there upright without
Right.
doing something.
Right. Which I feel like we do with Tom Holland's a little bit more. Maybe not as much with Tobey's. But Tobey, like in that one, it didn't feel like the Spider-Man was CGI.
Yeah. No, I think
You know, like it felt like he was in the room doing the movements. I'm sure it was like a combination, you know. So I think there was a massive jump from, obviously.
the special effects from 2004 to 2012 is an insane gap.
Yeah.
2012 is absolutely stunning. Like the lizard when he's on screen looks so good.
Right.
Like it's mind blowing. It's like when I watch Real Steel, I'm like, how have we come from this?
Right.
Like I mean, I'm not saying every movie now has bad special effects, but
I genuinely think it's just the planning. Like them having time in pre-production and production to actually like put these pieces all together.
well, because when you watch something like Avatar: Way of the Water that was in production for years, it's gorgeous.
Right.
Like we have the technology, we have the people with the skills to do it.
Yeah.
It's just how much preparation, how much forethought.
But then you watch some of these recent Marvel ones, and it's like these guys aren't even in the same room. Like,
Yeah.
we can tell that they're not in the same room, you know. And yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes of Spider-Man in general.
It's really an incredible fight. I mean, you'll never catch someone ranking that alongside the train fight scene, but I don't see why it wouldn't just be right there in the exact same conversation.
Yeah, I agree.
If anything, like, it doesn't super highlight Spider-Man's physical strength, if I had to knock it for something. If we're looking for pros and cons on each one, it doesn't necessarily show him being like a strength powerhouse, like
Especially
hitting the
compared
lizard.
to the two other fights. We got, you know, going up against a train, he's stopping a train, and then next one, he's fighting the Hulk. So yeah, he doesn't show like a big feat of strength.
I feel like he doesn't exactly really land hits on the lizard as much as he just tries to stop him. I mean, as far as I remember, that point
is like a character part.
Yeah, he knows. He should know that Doc Connor is the lizard at that point. I believe.
I think he does.
He does it at some point after that, if not.
Yeah. I think he knows at that point because the first time they meet is on the bridge.
I feel like you'd have to know. You'd be like, oh, the guy that's trying to experiment with lizards to grow his arm back. Now there's a giant lizard here.
Yeah.
How did you not know?
He knows that Peter Parker's Spider-Man at that point.
Yeah. Peter Parker.
Yeah. All right. Should we go into the Hulk?
Yeah, I'm ready to go into the next one. All right. Are you going to rank these at the end?
I feel like we should. You know? All right. I got to get a second to pull this one up.
So to queue up this next fight, we're dealing with Brand New Day. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Spider-Man Brand New Day. The context for this fight scene is that our boy Peter B. Parker is going to damage control to confront Jean Grey, but Jean Grey has already taken a mind-controlled Mark Ruffalo Hulk with her, and she is weaponizing him against Spider-Man. Specifically, later in the fight, since she broke something in his mind, he turns into Raged Out Hulk and unleashes like the real Beast Hulk in like an extra large size format, XXL Hulk. specifically like outdoor midair shots.
All right, that wraps up that scene from what we have to react to. Yeah, I think overall the CGI is like really good in this scene. I think the fighting's really cool. I think his use of, the webbing and the environment and his acrobatics and strength are really on display here.
Yeah, we get some wall crawling. We get him on the back of the Hulk. So we get a lot of really cool stuff on top of the general premise of it just being Hulk versus Spider-Man.
Right.
It kind of launches this into the stratosphere of the greatest Spider-Man fights all on its own.
And this is like half of the fight because he still fights Hulk.
With Punisher before this.
Yeah, when he's like half the Hulk. Professor Hulk?
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call him.
Boring Chud Hulk.
Yeah. Okay, how would you rank all of these fights?
I have it already in mind. Do you want to do just my 3 or 3?
Yeah.
I'd say third place, Spider-Man versus Hulk.
Okay.
Second place, Spider-Man versus Lizard. First place, Spider-Man versus Doc Ock.
Okay.
I have reasoning too, but I want to hear yours.
All right, mine, third place, Doc Ock,
I knew you were going to say that. You're crazy.
the Hulk, then the Lizard.
Dang, yeah, you're super partial to that. I think most people would probably agree with my list more closely.
Yeah.
If anything, they would switch. From my list, I think a lot of people would probably switch the Hulk up to 2.
Yeah.
But the reason I like the Doc Ock fight so much isn't just because it's iconic and everyone loves it, yada, yada, yada. I like how that one is like out in the streets of New York. The Spider-Man fight does exemplify Spider-Man. It does personify Spider-Man very, very well. It's really cool. I like how he moves as Spider-Man. But the added bonus factor to the Doc Ock fight of being out on a train in New York, on skyscrapers in New York, the city being such a component of it, I think just gives it the edge. It's longer. I think it's a little bit more exciting. It has more back and forth between the actual hero and the villain in terms of the physicality. But, like, I can't knock the Lizard fight for anything. I gave it one little tiny nitpick earlier, but...
What was that again?
It was that it doesn't show his strength as Spider-Man that much. But
Yeah.
I do like the dialogue in there, the quippiness, him actually talking to the villain is really cool, whereas, like you said, there's not really any dialogue. There's just kind of like exclamations and like grunts in the Doc Ock fight, at least the portion of it that we watched.
Yeah.
There's like a quick line when he first appears on top of the skyscraper with him, and then they kind of just fight.
Right.
But I think it's iconic for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm not picking it because it's iconic, but it's iconic, and I'm picking it.
Yeah, I feel like I've already explained why I like the Lizard fight. I think it shows the most Spider-esque movement. It's got my favorite suit.
I think it's still three-dimensional, just
And-
not on the same scale. He's still hitting the
Yes.
roof, still moving around the space he has, but it's just not like outdoors where Spider-Man can really move.
Yeah, which, in all fairness, we do get that with
In the
Andrew
movie.
Garfield's
Yeah, in other points.
Spider-Man. But we're only looking at the scene specific.
Let us know if we should do a swinging review of the same variety as this episode, because I think the Amazing Spider-Man 2 swinging sequence is like, that probably had to be number 1.
In the beginning,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one with the slow motion above New York, the ripples in the suit, like,
something I really like about Andrew Garfield's movies, not that he was in charge of this part, is that I feel like they have more of a cinematography's like signature or cinematic signature. You know, like they use slow motion in a really cool way. The lighting is a little bit darker than the other movies. He's out at night a little bit more. And like even in the second one, the story, dog poop. But all the Spider-Man moments are like top tier Spider-Man moments, like when he's on the railings in Times Square. Like we're really getting to see him work really fast and react and save people, and then there's a lot of color too because Electro's like blue, and like at the end of Spider-Man 2 when they're fighting in the power station, it's visually really stunning.
you guys heard it. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is Aaron's favorite Spider-Man movie, but I will say Sam Raimi definitely has a flavor in his movies. Sam Raimi's all over those movies, like his horror elements, his kind of quirky style. I think that is really laden throughout the film. If anything, I would definitely agree that the first 3 Spider-Man movies don't have as much of that like sauce. It's more of like kind of washed over with the like general blanket of the MCU feel. It's like not necessarily as much its own unique flavor. But I do really like how in Spider-Man No Way Home they started co-opting the dolly zoom specifically for the spider sense. Because from that point forward, they did it in this movie too. I think that's a really, really cool way to connect like visually with the spider sense.
Yeah.
Because the spider sense is such a cool yet kind of underexplored concept for Spider-Man. Like they kind of did it really dirty, I feel like, in Far From Home, which is like everybody's least favorite Spider-Man movie next to Amazing Spider-Man 2. But the spider sense is this really cool, ethereal, kind of like the Force in Star Wars, where it's like, why don't we like double down on this and like really focus on how cool it is, you know?
Right. I feel like Raimi's kind of did in a way, but it was like when he was losing his powers in no sense.
Lacking the spider sense.
Yeah.
I feel like it's his single greatest weapon.
Right.
Like, because there's lots of people in their universe with enhanced strength and speed, but the spider sense, this precognition ability to sense danger, is like wildly useful.
Infinity War did it pretty well, where he was on the bus and his arm hair like stood up. I feel like the Russo brothers had pretty good Spider-Man moments.
Yeah, but then like, I don't know, he can never really shine, I feel like, in those movies because he was never the focus. The face of those movies was Iron Man Cap.
Right.
So
but
he
the
does have
moments
good
that he did get, I think are good.
Yeah. It just is like, it's like morsels, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's like crumbs, but they're good crumbs.
Yeah. But I feel like the moments that we get with him in the Russo's movies is like, if they had just a little bit more, they're like better than anything in the original trilogy of Tom Holland's
Yeah.
Spider-Man moments. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Do you disagree?
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he has great moments in those 3
Not
movies.
counting Brand New Day.
Yeah, Brandon
New
has
Day
excellent
is like
top tier moments.
Completely different.
I like his rage in No Way Home, but it's like it's also still a very
like
small.
It's
piece
like a
again.
person with rage. Like even the end fight, both times that he fights Green Goblin in No Way Home, he's just standing and punching. You know, like he's not being a spider.
And it's still very noticeable in Brand New Day. Lots of moments of him standing upright and walking around, which is fine because Spider-Man will do that now and again.
But that's not when he was. That was like when he was walking into somewhere, or like, you know.
I just feel like
It wasn't like he's just punching like a boxer is.
that's what he's doing a lot in No Way Home.
That's what I mean.
I feel like they're not wringing out all the Spider-Man myths that they can, even in action moments. Like, I don't like how when
In Brand New Day?
Yeah, when Punisher shows up, he throws a grenade between basically right next to Spider-Man and the Hulk, and Spider-Man like rolls away, which is I feel like what an action star would do, and not what Spider-Man would do. I feel like Spider-Man should flip, pull himself across the room, even if he's on the ground. Like, show me. I know that is a very nitpicky complaint about one segment in the movie, but I feel like
hindsight,
I feel like if we're always trying to get the most Spider-Man movement, which I do feel like Destin Daniel, the director of Spider-Man No Way Home, he did do a much better job, Destin Daniel Cretton, I think, because he's the director of Shang-Chi, so his choreography direction is obviously really strong, but I still feel like we're not getting full throttle, full tilt, 100% Spider-Man. I feel like he's moving more like that in the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
I feel like this movie, though, is maybe like an 8.5 out of 10 full throttle
For Spider-Man
like
movement?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, because they do, for as much as I can complain,
so much.
they do really give us a lot.
Like in the fight before he gets into the building where the damage control people are at, and he like webs them up to the fence and like throws them up and webs them up to the wall and does the like dodges like the video game. Like that fight's really cool, really Spider-Man-esque.
When he's tracking,
He's not killing them directly, you know, like
when he's tracking Jean Grey, he like jumps up on this like cargo container and he's sitting there crouched in that classic Spider-Man position. So like they're hitting it.
Yeah.
They're definitely hitting it.
yeah.
I don't think they're hitting it as hard as Garfield.
Maybe with the grenade, he could have even webbed up the grenade, you know, to maybe try to suppress some of it.
I feel like with Garfield's build, it just really something about it accentuates the Spider-Man movements.
He's a little taller, right?
Yeah, he's taller and
a little
leaner.
more lengthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do all of these rank for you? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, let us know other fights or
Yeah, I was going to say, let
types
us
of
know if
things.
we missed any that you would throw into the top 3 list from each of them. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. If you like this style of episode, let us know and we'll do more of these. It's really cool, I think, to like be able to watch the fight and then talk about it. We have some ideas of doing similar things. Andrew mentioned if we wanted to go over swinging scenes from each of the 3 Spider-Man. Just let us know what you guys want.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys watching, especially if you made it this far into the video. Do make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, tell your friends about the show. We post short form videos every day on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Also, you can find us anywhere you listen to audio podcasts. We're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. You can check us out at any of those places.
Boom. Thanks so much for watching, and
That's a wrap.